Salibonani, Unjani, Makadi. Welcome to another broadcast of the African Diaspora News Channel with me, your host, Maritawana, Sitole Imale. And if you're just joining us for the first time, you're most definitely welcome. Please do not hesitate to like, share, and of course, hit that notification bell and do definitely subscribe. Now, the Chief Executive Officer of one of Africa's leading fuel supply and distribution companies, which goes by the name of Strauss Logistics Zimbabwe, has been caught up in a racism storm for calling his black employees lizard-skinned. Now, the allegations has created tension between Adrian Smuts and his employees, who are mainly truck drivers. Now, it is also alleged that the workers are not being paid and have lost all labor cases against their employee, who allegedly brags about being connected and that no one will touch him. He threatens people because he had actually had links with the late President Robert Mugabe, links which keep him afloat to date, and he calls blacks lizard-skinned people, according to an employee who preferred to be anonymous. Now, he goes on to say that Adrian is a former boss at Sabot, Pioneer Transport, and Greenfields, which are three companies here in Zimbabwe, and his history is firing people when they actually go on strike. Now, in June this year, the workers embarked on an industrial action, but the move has actually turned sour for them after the same judge granted Smuts permission to actually punish his employees for embarking on the job action. Smuts, through his company, is cited as through his company had actually rushed to court challenging the strike, arguing that it was illegal. The matter was handled by a judge who goes by the name of Justice Musariri, who, according to the employees, controversially handles all labor disputes between them and their employer. Smuts argued that the job action actually failed to comply with the requirements of Section 104 of the Act, which requires a 14 days notice of the job action and a vote by the employees themselves and conciliation of the underlying dispute. Now, the judge ruled in favor of Smuts, stating that the respondents or the workers did not dispute their failure to comply with the stated requirements. The chairperson of the Workers' Committee had disposed an affidavit on behalf of the employees challenging the labor court action by the employer. He told the court that he was unfairly stopped from driving his truck altogether with the committee's secretary. They were put on suspension pending disciplinary hearing. Now, they communicated their displeasure in writing but started receiving calls from strangers claiming to be from the office of the president and cabinet, and the number which was called was registered in the name of one Jacob Mpeti. It is said, and I quote, "One night of 11th and 12th, the Workers' Committee Secretary and I survived kidnapping from unknown people who visited our residence. These incidents were reported to the Zimbabwe Republic Police under reference and for myself and the Norton for the secretary. At the time of the court hearing, the Secretary General's whereabouts were unknown following his disappearance on June 22 after meeting at Strauss Logistic premises. The judge ruled it was not clear who had kidnapped the committee members." Now, a few weeks ago, over 200 drivers were called for a disciplinary hearing over the industrial action after the company was given permission to punish the employees. Now, the workers were, however, agreed that a new workers committee was selected when the current one had not been dissolved. The company's human resources manager refused to comment, as I quote, "We are still going through some processes at our company." Asked what the process was, the human resources manager said, "You might not need to know about that." Efforts to get a comment from Smuts himself was actually difficult as his mobile was unreachable. He did not respond to text messages and sent to his mobile phone. Now, personally, I believe this is just an in-the-closet white supremacist. I mean, this Smuts man obviously has a lot of power for him not to just pay his employees and get away with it. As he claims he was close to Robert Mugabe, obviously he does still have connections in the state, in the government. You know, he has certain allies in the government who are obviously supporting him, who give him the power to do whatever he wants. This is very unfortunate because I find it obviously unfair for the employees to not be getting paid, and also for his remarks, his statements about being lizard-skinned. This is obviously open racist man. Well, please do let us know what you think in the comment section. Please do share your opinions, and please do follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at the African Diaspora News Channel. You can also find me, Maritawana, on Twitter and Instagram at Maritawana ZW. From me and the team, it's bye for now, and I'll definitely see you in another podcast. Cheers.